Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, and with this video, we'll be discussing some brief thoughts on episode 13 of the anime series, Akuno Hana. And this was definitely a mind trip, sort of finale piece for this story, at least for now. I mean, toward the end of it, there's a title card that even suggests this is the end of part 1, implying a part 2, and it just seems like there's an inexplicable level of confidence in that there's going to be more to come. I don't know how, they gauge that over there in Japan. It's usually, as far as I'm aware, popularity of a series, and I don't know how popular this one is over there. I know it's not that popular over here because I'm one of the only ones covering it and talking about it, being excited by it. A lot of people were turned off by the rotoscoping and everything, but I've enjoyed the series, and it's really intrigued me. It's sucked me in, and I want to see more. Now, basically, we're picking up right where we left off, with Kasuga being in Nakamura's house, basically scoping around. He ends up finding her room and goes into her room, and I'll tell you, her room was basically, it went against my expectations. I expected the place to just be a mess, and it's just a very plain stated room. Now, he ends up seeing in her desk, after he kind of soaks in the environment for a little bit, a sort of journal where she's scribbled all over the cover, she's scribbled all inside it. She's talking about her excitement in finding what she believes to be another deviant. Now, what's interesting is we see on the pages, she's also gone through this process she tried to make him go through about writing down, I am a deviant, like 1,000 times, and confessing that to herself. Now, when she shows up, which I was really greatly anticipating, because I knew she was just going to be an explosion. She does. She ends up storming in the room, tells him, get the hell out of there. She's screaming. She grabs the journal. She runs off. It's a very interesting dynamic between these two characters, because what she wants most in the world is for him to expose his inner demons, his inner deviancy, and yet when it comes to her own inner exposure, she can't really handle it, yet she expects him to be able to. And so, as long as she's in command of a situation, she feels that, she's in command of it. She feels safety. She feels like this is what I'm controlling. Yet when you take that control away, as Casca's being there and finding her intimate most moments written down, that takes her power away. Now, basically, she starts running, and, Casca, of course, chases after her once again. They end up tumbling, falling on top of each other. She's screaming bloody murder, telling him, he's a waste of time, to shut up, leave her alone, all this stuff. And we end up going on this flashback sequence of everything that's happened ever since episode 1. Now, what's interesting is once you get past all of that, we start to see what seems to be glimpses of the future. It goes from black and white, everything that's happened before, to colorized. You see Casca burning the, Flowers of Evil book by Baudelaire, saying in voiceover to his father that his father's a schmuck, the reading's pointless and his father's a loser. You hear Nakamura's voice suggesting she's prompted him to do this, and you see that she's sitting as this book is burning, just watching, I guess, very happily, I would assume. You see Seiki show up, and she's like hugging Nakamura and screaming and crying, begging and pleading to understand why she can't be Nakamura. So it's like they extend this arm to a third party of somebody trying to find a deviance within themselves and trying to find someone to unite with, in a sense. You see blood streaming down legs. You see somebody dragging a bat. You see Seiki show up at Kasuga's house, and then later on you see him sort of holding her down against his bed with his hand over her mouth and all this stuff, and it's just like, what the hell is coming? This is just a complete mind game kind of story, and it's completely intriguing, completely confounding, and this is pretty much where we end with, Kasuga saying to Nakamura, let's have another contract, let's go over the hill. So I can't wait to see if we're going to get a season 2. If not, I'm going to jump into the manga. I'm only going to hold off the manga until I see if we're going to get season 2 or not, to avoid spoilers, but yeah, it's just a confounding series and story, and it amazes me. And I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments below what you thought of this as a finale piece, what you thought potentially of the, hints of a season 2 to come, and yeah, that's all I really have to say on it, so hope this video finds you well. I'll catch you later. Peace.